What's up everybody, it's Andy here and welcome to my Game Week 10 preview, a weekly video where I take you through my FPL team, how I did in the previous game week, what my score was, what my current rank is, and what my early thoughts are going into the next week, whether that be captain decision or transfers I'm looking at make. Again, not a very good week this week. It seems to be a bit of a trend at the moment after a pretty decent start, or a couple of decent weeks in the previous few. The last couple have not been so good, so I'll talk you through that. And we'll just transition into my team. I'll go through the points I got and kind of what I'm looking at next week. So this is my team. Game week 10, obviously review. The points I got was 48. Now I'm recording this on Monday night. The Burnley Newcastle game has only just recently finished. So bonus points are in for the players that got bonus, obviously. I only had Ward and Elliott, they didn't get bonus. So Carroll and Norton, auto subs haven't been done yet. So Carroll will come in for Aguero and Norton will come in with Sutton. So that will give me 48 points total. That brings my total score up to 553 for the year. I know a few people put in the comments section they wanted to see that. So there you go, 553. Now my rank is 340,054. But that's before tonight's game. So that's not taken into account. Elliott's 3 points, Ward's 6 points. Then the Tom Carroll 2 for coming on and the Norton coming on as well. So I've got another 12 points to add on to that. So the total points and the points for this week are correct, 48 and 553, but the rank is not. So I'd expect my rank to increase slightly, but that is a drop from last week again. So that's two fairly big red arrows in a row. How am I going to stop the rot? I don't know, we'll come on to that. But let's just go through the team, and let's start up front for once. I finally got invited to a Jamie Vardy party. He finally scored for me. As anyone that's been following my videos knows, I've never had a goal from Jamie Vardy in my whole time playing FPL. Obviously, he burst onto the scene a couple of years ago, scored, 11 goals in a row or 11 games in a row, and I didn't have him once. I actually had Mitrovic instead of him for a large chunk of that. So that's how bad that season went for me. Last season, if you were watching my videos, you know there was a bit of a dilemma whether to get him or Costa later on in the season. Costa kind of the boring move, sensible maybe. Vardy, I was looking ahead thinking he's doing okay, the points are coming. Costa then went on to not score for 3 weeks. Vardy scored every week. I went Costa, all went Pete Tong. But now I'm back in. Vardy's finally scored for me 8 points. He might not be in my team much longer, but right now I'm happy with that. He got the 2 bonus points plus the goals. So that's decent enough. We'll go back to the start. So Elliott 3 points. I was hoping that Burnley Newcastle was going to be a boring 0-0. I had Ward, I had Elliott, so obviously I wanted clean sheets from both of them. He got the save point, but unfortunately Burnley did score towards the end. I think it was about the 75th minute. Look, it happens. I think Elliott's probably got one more week in my team to actually play. He's not going anywhere because of his price. I need him to enable other players in my team. But in terms of actually playing him week in, week out, which I've done the last few weeks, he won't be there much longer. I need to get another goalkeeper in. Phil Jones, absolute bargain. If you haven't got Phil Jones in your team, why not? I know it's Chelsea away this week, but then the fixtures get a bit better again. We've shown this season, and when I say we, Man United, that we can defend us 8 clean sheets in 10 games, which is crazy, and that includes against the big teams as well. So Mourinho, again, is going to go out against Chelsea. I'm sure he's not going to want to lose the match. He kind of, against Liverpool, he's very defensive, played deep. He probably gave them a bit too much credit, to be fair, how good Liverpool's attack is. I don't know if it was the Harry Kane factor, the fact that he missed out, but he was a bit more attacking against Spurs. Yes, we weren't attacking in the sense of Man City, which is fair enough. I think Man City are just a class above when it comes to attacking football right now. But for Man United, we didn't sit deep. We kind of attacked most of the game and kind of took it to Tottenham. Now, there was spells when Spurs were on the front foot, etc., etc. But generally, we did pretty well. So I'm hoping we do that against Chelsea to make it a bit more entertaining. But Jones could get more points. So he got 3 bonus points, the clean sheet, another 9 points. He just looks great value, and I don't see why you don't have him in your team, to be honest. Until he gets injured, yes, I know he's injury prone, but I think you just have to wait till that happens, then get rid of him. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's talk of now people getting De Gea. He's 5.7 million. I'm still not sure about that, because if I bring him in, I know that if I bring him in for a start, he'll be on a wildcard, but I know that I'll always look to him to downgrade to get that money, so he does look really good for clean sheets at a really good price, but I don't know if I can bring myself to bring him in. And then we got Sutton. I said I was going to keep him because Brighton fans had kind of mentioned that maybe he was going to miss the away games and not the home ones, and now he's missed the home one as well. So he's gone for me. As soon as I wildcard, there's no way I'll have him in my team anymore. I may keep him for this week because I don't know if I need to transfer him out just yet, and I don't know if I'm going to wildcard. I'll cover all that in the preview. But when I do finally wildcard, there's no way that Sutton will make that team. So he has to go. And then Ward, who I brought in, funnily enough, went through so many stats, so many games, so many points. Was he going to assist? Was he going to score versus Ben Mee? And I just chose Ward because he was slightly better for baseline bonus points. So that's the bonus points that the players get when they're not assisting or scoring goals. So if there's generally a clean sheet, which one will score more? And Ward was slightly ahead. And it turns out that Ben Mee actually tonight got the 3 bonus points. So he actually beat Ward, but it happens. I don't know if I'd change that on Wildcard. I mean, there's a couple of 2 million difference between the two. So maybe Ben Mee would be the better option there. He's had quite a few goal attempts. But when I was watching the Burnley game, it was actually Tarkowski that was having a lot of the attempts as well. So I don't know who to go for on Burnley when I Wildcard, but I'm happy with Ward. 6 points. What's the problem, really? And then we come on to midfield. So the main man that everybody in the FPL community on kind of Twitter, Fantasy Football Scout, places like that, were getting this week was Richarlison. He got 1 point. 1 point, and that is it. We've seen that he hasn't done as well at home compared to away. Now, I still think some of that was the fixtures. I didn't see the Watford game, but apparently he missed a sitter, so he's doing that quite a lot. I'd like to obviously see him convert some of them, but at least he's getting the right chances. So hopefully it's an away match against Everton, I believe, next. So hopefully it'll be a bit better. I've got to keep him for now. I still think he's probably good value. I just don't know if he is going to be the Josh King that we want him to be. But he's certainly got the potential for that, I think. Christian Eriksen, again, a big game. He sat a bit deeper. I don't know if it was the same as against Liverpool, to be honest. I watched that match and he was still getting into the box from time to time. He put in a great kind of attempted assist to Ali. Ali should have scored. That would have been points for him. He would have probably got in the bonus as well. So I'm keeping Eriksen. I've spoken about this before. He's got good fixtures to come. Yes, he's blanked twice in a row. This is the first time he's done it, but it was against Liverpool and Man United. So I think with the fixtures they got coming up, even the Arsenal away game, I think there's points for him. A lot will probably depend on Kane coming back, because I think as soon as Kane's out of the team, players like Ali and Son are more reliant on, or Pochettino is more reliant on them to score. So I think Eriksen kind of comes back a bit. But once Kane's back, I think he's going to be right up there again. I think he's going to get points. And I'll think about it on Wildcard, getting rid of him just because of his price. But right now I'm not. I'm going to keep him, I think. Salah was my captain. This is a nightmare, to be honest. He come up. We knew he was on. Well, we pretty much knew he was on penalties because Klopp said so after the Egypt one. He said it was a really good penalty. He's now going to be our penalty taker. We know Firmino missed one, and he was on it and he took it. And I saw it come up on Twitter saying Liverpool got a penalty. I thought, yes, this is it. My captain's going to score a goal, and it was saved, which is a nightmare. In the first half, he was on minus points. He did get an assist, to be fair, in the second half. No bonus points, but he finished on 4 points. I mean, this week, no one really scored that well out of the kind of play, at least out of our rivals. I'm sure there's plenty of people that either aren't playing the game as kind of hardcore as us or whatever, but in terms of those around me that played their captains, they weren't really captain anyone that was much better than Salah, so I'm not too annoyed about it, but it would have been so much sweeter with a goal, because he not only would have had no minus points, he would have had +5 for the goal as well, and he would have probably been in the bonus points. So it was a huge point swing, probably like, for a captainer like me, it's probably like a 16-point plus point swing, so very frustrating, but again, he's got the attacking returns. I think he's going to carry on doing that, and Liverpool got some nice fixtures, so I'm definitely keeping him. And then Sterling, what do I say about him? I said that missing 2 in a row would not be good, and I'd probably want to look at getting rid of him. But now I've got the kind of thinking that, well, maybe he'll start against Arsenal now because he's missed the last 2 games. But he comes on in the last 20 minutes, he gets a goal, he gets a bonus point. I think I'll probably have to keep him for now because he's so cheap. Like Sané and Silva are both nearly, I think, about 0.5 million more expensive at the price that I paid for Sterling. If he can get a run of games now, maybe we'll get back in the points. Is Bernardo Silva now in front of him? We just don't know with Man City. And I think when I wildcard, yes, I've got triple City right now. That will not happen. Absolutely not. I don't think I can tie up all my spaces with Man City players. But their midfielders look such good value. I don't know if I can go without one. And I don't want to get into coverage, but they all look good for points. So you just pick one, and I'll probably go for the cheapest one, which is Sterling. Just hope he keeps playing. He's shown that he can come off the bench and score goals. He's now up to 7, I think, for this season, which is crazy for him. Probably something that gets written off about him, that he's not a good goal scorer. But tap-ins or whatever, it doesn't matter to us. They all count for the same amount of points. So I'm loving Sterling right now. Wasn't so much when I saw the team sheet, but obviously he came on and got me that goal, so happy with him. Not so happy with Aguero and Jesus. So I took a 4-point hit to do Kane to Aguero. Now, I knew that was a big risk. I basically made that move thinking towards this week, thinking Kane wouldn't be back. I would probably captain Aguero against Arsenal if I think he's going to start. And I wasn't really, like, I looked at Lacazette, I looked at Morata for this week, just gone, so game week 10. But then I looked at game week 11 fixture and I wasn't too happy about it. Lacazette's got Man City, Morata's got Man United, and so I just thought if Aguero does play, he'll probably be in the points. Plus, he's a good option next week, so I went for him. Didn't happen, 0 points. Luckily, I didn't captain him. I would have probably voiced captain Salah anyway, so maybe it didn't make any difference in the end, but not good. If Kane's back next week, then I'll probably switch Aguero to Kane. If he's not, then I'll probably captain Aguero. I mean, that's how kind of fine the margins are right now of what my thinking is with the Man City players. But going forward, I can't have Jesus and Aguero. There's no guarantee that both of them will start every week, especially with the fixture rotation we've got coming up. So they're just going to be... I think I want to long-term go back to Kane and Lukaku once they're both fit, because they're both guaranteed to play. Yes, Lukaku's not on penalties, but Man United have got some okay fixtures coming up, and hopefully Pogba will be back soon. So right now, sticking with Aguero, but let's see what happens with Kane, and I'll discuss that even more in the preview. And then Jesus, he played, got a yellow card, did nothing. I only saw the first half of that game, but he looked, by his standards and Man City standards, I say Jesus looked poor. He wasn't really involved in the attacking play. It was more kind of De Bruyne and both Silva, so David and Bernardo. And Jesus just really wasn't there. And I'm not even sure he had a shot on target, or at least a shot or something like that. His stats were just poor. Does that mean much? Probably not. If he plays again, does he get in the points? He might do. But like I said, I just can't keep taking these spots up with Man City players. I think midfield's probably okay-ish because they're cheaper, but up front you can get like Morata, Lukaku, Kane. They're all going to play. These two aren't. I think long-term I'm going to get rid of them, but it might not be this week again. I'll go through that in the preview. And on the bench, Foster, West Brom just don't look good for clean sheets. He'll be gone on Wildcard. Carroll will be gone for Loftus-Cheek. Norton, I'm not mad about getting rid of him. Like, I'm not in a rush to, but on a wildcard, I'd probably swap him to someone different. Even Fernandes from his own team, because when they do get a clean sheet, Fernandes gets bonus points. And then Long, he doesn't play. I'll try and upgrade him on a wildcard, but it depends how much money I've got. So that's my review. Hopefully my rank will update soon, and I can let you know in the preview what I'm actually on. But hopefully it'll go get a bit better than 340k with the 12 points got coming on. But yeah, 48 points, not a good week again. Let me know in the comments below how you did. Did you beat me? Did you get worse than me? How bad was it? How did your captain do, etc., etc.? And what are your early thoughts going into next week? It'd be good to know. So leave a comment below. Hit a thumbs up, like button if you enjoyed the stream. Sorry, not the stream, the video. I've just done the stream. That's why it's on my brain. But yeah, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Be much appreciated. If you are new around here, hit subscribe and then hit the bell so you're notified when a new video goes up or when I go live with my live stream. So this week, this is going out on Tuesday. The preview will be out on Wednesday, and then I'll be streaming at 9:30 UK time on Thursday night to answer all your questions going into Game Week 11. I usually do those twice a week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you had a better week than me. I'm hoping next week is better for all of us. But until then, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you next week. Cheers.